Good morning, guys. Another video, my usual routine. Um, I wanted to talk about the book club. Yesterday, I had one of my client, and I call her Summer Mom. She's like a sun ray. She's like a sunflower. She's 74 and she has so much wisdom, and I love spending time with women that bring to my life wisdom, but in a gentle way. I don't like women that tells me you should do this, you should do that. I don't like anything forceful. And it made me realize something. We should normalize asking ourselves every day, what do I do to people that I don't like being done to me? What do I do to others? What do I do to people that I don't like to be done to me? I was talking about it with one of my co-workers, and because I love the way she speaks, she has the gift of gab. That's Tabitha, the red hair girl. She has the gift of gab. She has mastered the art of communication. She comes to you with a very gentle way, and I love that about her. She's in her 50s. And the way she approaches something, she'll never tell you, you should do this. Don't da-da-da-da-da-da. She's very careful about suggesting her opinion. And she's always careful about asking, do you want my advice? Because if I say no, she'll respect the boundary. While some people would just be very condescending, come at you or forcefully tell you what's right or what's wrong. And I realized I don't like that. So I'm thinking in my head, I hope I don't do that to people. Or maybe I have. Or maybe I do. And I have to take accountability for that, because you don't want to force yourself on people. You don't want to force your opinion on people. Even if you know the subject very well, you shouldn't force things on people. If they want to hear your wisdom, it's up to them. If they don't, they don't. It doesn't mean they have to agree on what you agree. And we have to learn to release that, let it go. So anyways, to go back to Summer Mom. Summer Mom is like that. She's gentle on her approach. So she was at the beauty salon. So Summer Mom came to the salon. You know, I teach French, and I also am in a salon. Like, I'm a beauty veteran, but I'm also a French teacher when I teach outside of the salon. So if you confuse between the two, that's what I do. In America, you can do many jobs. That's what's fantastic. You know, you can reinvent yourself. You can do whatever you want. But anyways, back to the salon. She came and I told her, you know, I really want to challenge ourselves to read one book a month, because reading for me has helped me in so many levels. And she's a reader too, and she's like, of course. And she loves poetry, and she's like, you learn so much, you know. Like, reading is way more than we think for the brain. So anyway, she goes to me, great, when are we meeting, and how long do we have, how many weeks do we have to read the book? And I'm like, we have a month. We're pushing each other to read one book every month. That's the challenge. So that's 12 books a year, right? That's fantastic. That's a lot of knowledge. So she was like, but how do we pick the book? And I'm like, well, everybody's going to put their ID. We're going to put it in a bowl. We're going to pick, and it's random. And she was like, because I don't like too much the first book, because it's about self-help, and I'm past that age. I'm 74. I have so much to basically give. But I'm not anymore in that, you know, I would say self-motivation, self-help. And I totally understand what she meant by that. I was like, you're right, I guess, because the group is so diverse and eclectic, right? by age, by race, by sex even, because it's men and women. Some books may not fit some people. But what I wanted to say, and I told her, it doesn't matter if you don't like the book. If you don't read it, it's okay. You can come and see at least. Because the most important is connection. So we can have this conversation. Like I was saying, in France, we have conversation de salon, which is really salon conversation where we talk. And that's what I do all the time at the beauty salon. We have our back room. Our back room is our place of therapy. We talk. We exchange ideas. We talk about the books we read. It's just so fulfilling. So for everybody that wants to join the book club, we're going to pick, and it's going to force us to read maybe a book that a 25-year-old wants to read, and maybe a book that a 74 wants to read. But it's going to broaden our horizon, because there's things probably there's probably books that people are going to pick that I may not like. Or sometimes I know that I like to poke a little. I'm a little provoking in the thoughts, so I like to sometimes pick authors that are either revolutionaries, rebels, they go against the system, like V for Vendetta. Do you remember that movie? So I'm a little bit sometimes like that. So I'm like, why not? And I would love to really study books of writers that are not just American, not just French. I want to see Canadian, Asian, Indian, African. Of course, everything will be translated in English for everybody to understand. But yeah, the goal is to expand. I keep saying I'm becoming, because I want to get better for myself, better for the men that God will send to me, because I do believe that that's his plan. Now, if he doesn't, that's part of life, and I'm okay with it, because I want to follow God's plan. But I do believe that by becoming, you become complete. Therefore, you can be the complete version of yourself with somebody next to you. And to be complete, you have to be full of everything. Full of wisdom, full of peace, full of knowledge, but also of simplicity and humility. You cannot be put in a box. You have to be able to see things wholesome. And for me, through books, just like some people, it's through movies. They are cinephile, they learn a lot through movies. It's the same concept. So I hope you'll be part of the book club. I just wanted to make it clear. That's the reason why Summer Mom, I was saying, pass by, come and see. Be a come and see type of person. Don't come with, I won't say assumption. In French, we say a priori, meaning you judging it before you going there. Just come and see. I keep telling that to my son also. Noah, be a come and see. Go see even once. Just see. You don't have to touch if you don't want to touch. She doesn't have to read the book if she doesn't want to read the book. But don't prevent yourself to maybe come, meet women, have a conversation, and maybe you catch up on the next book. But the aim of a book club is to open your horizon. So see you there.
Folks, we may be the last generation that reads, and I don't see this ending well. Reading does more than just deliver information. It trains the brain to hold on to attention, to follow an argument over time, to arrive at an interpretation on your own. The reason why reading is so effortful is because it's so unnatural for us. Our brain literally gets rewired, recycling neurons away from wanting visual interpretation, what we're designed for, towards understanding abstract symbols, aka words. But everything about our modern information environment is pulling us out of that. Information is served to you in a 60 or 90 second video format, or a headline or a key takeaway, with a news feed that builds a worldview for you. Even education has long moved away from requiring long-form reading and towards short excerpts. Now you throw in AI into the mix, and it can literally arrive at the judgment for you. Not only this is what this means for you, but here's what you should do next. You no longer have to find information or make a judgment call about it. And this is why I worry about what I call the great cognitive divide, an emerging divide between people who intentionally insert that cognitive friction into their lives, choosing the long-form book, wrestling with ideas, searching and seeking out information and arguments, versus people who choose to move through environments that do that for them. The more complex our world becomes, the more important it is that we can think critically, deeply, and independently about it. And the optimal solution, of course, is the structural change to technology, to schools and institutions. But until that happens, and I wouldn't be holding my breath, we can each choose differently each and every day to insert that friction into our own environments, to choose reading the book over the audiobook if it's available to you, to engage with the long-form argument, the essay, the article over just the headline. If you are learning or listening to something, to fully be there, not be doing 5 things at once, and sometimes just doing nothing at all, allowing your mind to be bored. All of these small ways we can continue to hold on to these faculties. Putting that cognitive friction is strengthening the very device that you experience the world through.